So I need to get my plugs changed. So guys, as you guys can see from the title of this video, I'm going to be changing out the plugs, and I tried doing this a while ago. It was a bitch because the person that replaced my head or did my head fucked up some of the bolts, but I'll show you guys as well. So let's get into this. Alright, so once you jack up the car, take off the bonnet, you right here grab your T30 Torx bit, and then you just unbutton the 6 along here. But the numbnut that did my head lost a few bolts, so yeah. Oh, okay, this one's a little bit difficult. I'm blind as I'm seeing this because I don't want to get too much in the way. There we go. So what you want to do as well is you want to grab your screwdriver and just undo the crossover pipe so you can access the last 2 bolts over here. So yeah, it's just this hose clamp holding it on, and then that's enough, and then it should be able to pull it back. There's these tabs back here that helps you a long way. It's undone, and then I'll just push out to get away, access the back 2 bolts, good as gold. Okay, so I've got all the bolts out, and since the person that did my engine, they don't know how to do focus motors, XR5 motors especially, so he routed this hose going to the turbo over the engine. I know, what a fuckwit. Anyway, so let's not get into that. Now I have to struggle by sliding it over this way or this way. I don't know which way is easier. This way will be easier. Look at it, look at it, hey, look at me go. Right, we'll set this down so it doesn't get stood on. Maybe clean it up a little bit. You're probably sitting at home and thinking, wow, that's a fucking ugly engine, and you're not wrong. It does look pretty ugly with all the wires going everywhere. It's not the prettiest. Alright, so one knowledge, this one over here, I'll try and bring you closer, this one over here was the one that's stripped, so I think the rest are alright to undo, but this one's going to be a pain in the ass, so let's try and do that one first. There we have it. So literally it's stripped to the Son of God, so I'm going to grab my good old I don't even know what these are, like vice grips I think. Leave it down in the comments if I butchered that, but yeah, I'm going to grab these and try my hardest for this to undo, but I highly doubt I will do it. So I managed to get all of them off actually, so it was pretty surprising that I could get all of them off, especially the strip bolt. I'll show you guys the strip bolt. Here we go. So that's the strip bolt there, managed to get it out. Wasn't that hard to get out, but yeah, so I'll have to replace that one, yeah, with another one. So I managed to get all of them undone without a hassle actually, so it's pretty good. Alright, so I just need to quickly finish taking the remainder out. And knowing my luck, this is the wrong socket for this type of spark plug. Alright, no it's not. My luck is good. Ow! Alright, so so far it's good. We'll both experience the nonsense together. Of course I didn't grab the right spark plug. Start going back over there. Alright, You ready? Alright, so here we go. First plug out. Actually, she's a little bit bad. She's not the best. Here we go. So as you guys can see, it's pretty crispy. I'll compare it to the new one that I got. Alright, so I've reached out and grabbed some platinum ones. So these are apparently supposed to be the best thing for the focus besides the iridium. So by the looks of it, it looks like it had the platinums in there beforehand. Let's have a look at the codes. Oh no, just had standards, so just going to chuck some platinums in there. Alright, so when you're doing these up as well, you want to make sure you don't over tighten them because you can actually crack them off. So make sure when you're doing it up, do it up just a little bit over hand tight. But I'm just going to use my ratchet just to make sure, and just do it. There we go. That should be enough. So it's not an awful amount, but yeah, you guys will know anyway. I'm just going to do the rest now off camera so I don't bore you guys to death, but I'm going to show you the old spark plugs, what they look like. But yeah, enjoy this montage of the car. Boom boom. Alright, so these are the old plugs. All the new plugs are in. So number 1 cylinder looks really crusty. Number 2 cylinder looks somewhat wet and crusty. Number 5 cylinder looks really wet. Number 3 cylinder looks extremely wet, and number 4 cylinder looks somewhat dry. I am not happy whatsoever. So this is, as you can see, number 1, number 2, and yep, that's broken. Oh, it's not going to show. Anyway, so yeah, that's broken. Number 5 cylinder, that's alright. Number 3 cylinder, that's alright. And then number 4 cylinder. Yeah, she's shattered, so I need to get a whole new set of coils as well. Oh, it's a never-ending story for this bloody car. So right here, there's a vacuum line. So I found this just dangling in the wind, so luckily I found that one there because I think that's where most of my problems lied. So I just plug that one back in, and yeah, just be careful as well, guys, not to over tighten these bolts here, because 1, they can strip really easily, and 2, it's only plastic holding it on, so if you crack it, it's kind of fucked. Like, yeah, not gonna lie. So yeah, make sure it's nice and firm, but not too tight. Yeah, see, this vacuum line here is unclogged. So put that back up in there. Let's go, so she doesn't sound as bad. You see, she sounds normal. So it was drawing vacuum at around about 30 psi, I think. And now it's only drawing vacuum from 20. So I fixed something. Sounds so cool. Just gonna go for a quick test drive and see how the plugs are, and then I'll be back. So some of you guys probably wonder, why the fuck are you wearing a different shirt? Well, to answer that is I've didn't finish the last video because there was some issues with the car, and yeah, I'm just down at Rob Bliss. Yeah, so what's wrong with the car is the O2 sensor is fucked on the downpipe, and it's throwing the code P0030. So I've spoken to a few people that know this shit, and yeah, it's a common thing. So it was splattering like fucking Arab on heat. I don't know, it's a bad analogy, but yeah, it was doing that. So I'm just down at Rob Bliss, but we're just chilling out on the side here, just waiting until she goes in. But yeah, there's an awesome little race car here. Let's have a look at it, eh? You guys are thinking that this is the race car, but really, that thing there is a race car, eh? So yeah, this is awesome, I reckon. I like it a lot. Look at that, through an intense bucket seat. It's alright, I like it a lot. Yeah, that's very bliss down there, mate. You would not believe it, guys. The O2 sensor wasn't even fucking plugged in at all. They just reached around and were like, "Oh, you realise it's not even plugged in?" And I was like, "Oh shit!" And I felt so embarrassed. So now the next step. So this is probably where I'm going to leave today's video and yesterday's video. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun jazz, because next time, stay fresh, stay clean, and I'll see you in the next scene.
What's up, my friends?